I'm going to replace this broken dryer belt, and I've got one tip for you later on in the video that'll save you a lot of time and frustration. First, unplug your dryer and remove your lint screen. Take a screwdriver or a putty knife and slide it in to release these tabs. These tabs are spring loaded, so you just need to slide it in up top. And there's where my belt ended up. Just remove these two screws and it'll plop right out. And this is why I'm coming out with a video why you should periodically clean your dryer. And it's a lot more fun if you could use a DeWalt vacuum. Anyways, back to business. Here's the belt that broke, and I've got a great video on how to find the exact belt for any make or model. Now pull up on this and it slides right out. Now we have to remove the whole top lid by removing these screws. And if you're a doer of stuff and you don't have this magnetic flip socket set, come on, what are you even doing? Life is in session. Now you need to lift up and slide it out. You'll need to brace this by leaning it against the wall or on something, or even putting a little bungee cord in between. You can't take this completely off because of the wiring harness right here. I'm leaning it on something and bracing it with a little screw. But this way will save you so much disconnecting and disassembly. We need to remove this lid switch, and these clips with these little safety tabs are humans' worst invention ever. I can't stand these things, but a screwdriver will save your day. Now we need to take off the front panel, two screws up top, take off these two springs right here by just popping them out, take off this green ground wire, and remove the two screws on the corners. Now carefully remove the front panel. If you really want, you can remove this little yellow wire, but it had a clip and you know how I feel about those, so I just left it and laid it down. Notice there's a cutout right here to where this slides out really nice. It wouldn't hurt to clean this up either. Look how gummed up it is over the years. I kind of leverage this with my hand and my knee and try to just guide it in with the belt. You also want to make sure that the belt ribs are facing down, as you can see in this top right hand corner. The only thing to note here is as you put this front lid on, come from the bottom so that it can catch these wheels right here on the tub. Now put your two screws in and don't forget about your green ground wire. Now put your little hooks back on, and you may need to fish it up through the hinge of the lid. Nice and smooth. To verify that the tub is running smooth, go ahead and check right here and right here. It should feel aligned and running smooth, and make sure you check on the bottom to see if they're engaging both the wheels. It should look just like this with both spinning. This next part is a little tricky, and this vantage point is going to be no help to you at all, so we put in the time to put a camera and a light back there. So if this doesn't earn you moving your little finger over 2 inches and tapping the like button, and consider subscribing, I don't know what will. All you really need to try to remember is wrap it around this motor shaft and then pull the slack all the way towards the spring tensioner. You'll probably end up riding the struggle bus just a little bit, but you'll get it eventually. But it is a very satisfying feeling when it falls into place. If you want to make sure it's on right, just give the tub a little spin. Or a big spin. This isn't recommended, but I love testing things before putting things back together, so we are good to go. One thing that's cool about this model is it has a belt safety switch. So when the belt breaks, this tensioner releases and hits this safety switch. This cuts off the motor so it doesn't keep running and burn up, like a lot of models will. Now put your little dust plate back on with your two screws. Plug your lid switch back in. Bring down your lid and make sure it's forward first and then slide it back. Put your little kick plate back on, and there's two holes that line up with the two little brackets. And just give it a good shove. Fasten your lid to the back and you are done after you turn on electricity. If you want to know how I save 71% on this belt, or if you want to look up your exact belt number, click the video in the bottom left hand corner or in the description box below, and we'll see you in the next video.